Today I have karate combat news for you. Now, what we're going to be talking about in particular is number one, karate combat has added a new technique to its rule set. Very exciting for me. And number two, they have signed a fighting legend. All that right after the intro. All right, I'm not sure what order I want to deliver the news to you guys today. This information is very exciting on both accounts, even though they're entirely different within karate combat. Let's start with who karate combat has signed. Now, it's not somebody at my weight class, so I'm not right away scouting them out, going, okay, is this somebody I have to fight? It is none other than Raymond Daniels. If you do not know Raymond, you do not know fight sports. He is a karate legend, but then transitioned over to kickboxing and did an amazing job and scored, I would say without question, the most spectacular knockouts that we have ever seen in combat sports. Now, Raymond at heart is a karate practitioner, and I want to talk about why I'm so excited to see him fight under this rule set, because we both competed in Glory, we both competed in Bellator, and now we're both going to be competing in karate combat. But with Raymond, he was actually fighting at a disadvantage under kickboxing rule set. For example, when he fought Joseph Valtellini in Japan and Joseph chopped him down, Raymond told me, when the two of us were fighting on a Bellator card, that at that point in his career, he did not know how to check a low kick. And that explains a lot of things, because when you go back and you watch the fight, you're kind of wondering, what's Raymond doing? Why is he not dealing with these low kicks in an appropriate way? But hopefully that clears it up for you. He just at that point had not expanded his defense repertoire enough to know how to block low kicks. Then he went on and he fought Nikki Holtzkin 2 times actually. First time he lost. Second time he lost as well, but from a cut, and he was actually winning the fight because he'd started evolving his fight style, his karate style, to something a little bit more kickboxing based. When he went to Bellator, he cleaned up, he annihilated everybody, and then he's been on a bit of a break, but now he's back to karate combat, and I think this rule set is just going to allow him to shine. He does not have to worry about the low kicks. Calf kicks, yes, but low kicks, no. I think that'll work to his advantage, and the smaller gloves are going to make it easier for him to just be the fighter he is and not have people guard up really tight with the bigger boxing glove. So I am very excited to see Raymond back in action and just to get to see him in person again, although he did come down to my karate combat debut. Now, in hindsight, he was probably, getting information about the promotion, meeting everybody there, seeing if he wanted to get signed with them. But I'm just very excited to have this guy back in the fight world, and he's just such a super nice dude. It's always fun being on a card with him. So hopefully in the future you will see both of us on a fight card together again. Oh, and guys, before we move on, I want to just let you know about this thing on my arm here, because people are probably wondering, what the heck is he wearing? This is essentially just an ice pack, but it's an ice pack. I actually have 2. I have one that fits around my arm and then one that fits around my knee or my thigh. You can just throw them in your freezer, just like a normal ice pack, and then slide them on, and I don't have to worry about it moving. I don't have to tape it down. This is just being such a godsend. I'm rocking it today because I'm just feeling maybe a little bit of tendonitis on the inner elbow just from throwing a lot of hooks this week on the bag. If you guys want to pick up one of these, I actually have a link down below. The company is Hydragun. They make massage guns, but this is something else which they've added to their products. You can head down below there, you get 10% off, and it's just a fantastic thing. And it's just a fantastic product to have on hand for when those injuries pop up and you just want to ice them straight away. Now let's move on to the next bit of news, and that is Karate Combat has added a new technique to their rule set. In the last fight, it was very difficult for me, not very difficult, but a little difficult in the sense I could not low kick. I was adding calf kicks. There was clench allowed, but no knees. And it was just enough of a weird mixture of rules where I went, yeah, this is throwing me off just a little bit. But now we are allowed to throw knees. Why is this such a big deal for me? Well, number one, I love flying knees. Not being able to throw those almost took away a massive part of my game, and just the confidence that I have when I'm flying through the air, not worrying about somebody landing something, is just so significant for me. Plus it keeps my opponents on their toes. But number two, falling to the clinch and not being able to throw knees gives the person a massive advantage to be in this zone and execute throws or takedowns without the threat of the knee. Adding these in will be so much better for my in-tight game, because now if people want to get in there and try and do karate hip throws on me, they're going to have to deal with a couple knees to the body first. So I'm absolutely thrilled about this addition, this new technique added. It's not new for me. Obviously, I've pretty much done every fight. I've done every fight of my career except the karate combat one with knees. So just back to the same old for me. It will be interesting to see how many of the karate practitioners do well with these. Obviously, Kyokushin or Yoshikai practitioners basically need low kicks and knees as their staple items to win fights. But most of the guys probably are not used to these techniques. They will be adding them. But that's just a good thing for me. Something I'm good at and other people have to work on and learn. And I know my pad holders will be super excited, because in the last camp they were getting very frustrated holding and going, okay, knee. And then I'd be standing there going, I can't knee. And they'd be like, oh, shoot. So a lot of times I would just end up throwing front kicks or something in between, but it messed up the flow of pad work, because so many of my pad holders just have such a muscle memory thing happening after years of holding for that technique. So they're going to be pumped. Knees are back in. I'm super excited. My pad holders, my trainers will be super excited. This is a very good thing. So Raymond Daniels and knees, this just seemed like an episode worth making on its own, just to make this announcement. I hope you guys enjoyed the news. I hope you are excited for all things in the future karate combat, and I will see you guys back here soon for another video.